Hey guys, it's Jacqueline here from Nothing But Tech, and in today's video I'm going to be answering all of your questions on the Apple Watch. Now, a few weeks ago I asked you guys to ask me all of the questions that you had about the Apple Watch, and those videos long overdue. Today I'm going to be answering all of them. Let's get started. So the first question comes from I Love Selena Gomez, and they want to know if I'm getting the watch. Now by now they probably do know that I have the watch because I have posted a lot of coverage on it, so I'll leave all my coverage that I've done so far down below, but I do have a review coming in a few weeks. But to answer your question, yes, I have the watch. So the next question also comes from I Love Selena Gomez, and they want to know what apps I would suggest. So right now, since watchOS 1 does not support native apps, I would say all the apps that Apple has made and pre-installed, like the fitness tracker or the timer or the messages app, those tend to be the best right now because there is a short waiting time, whereas the other apps rely on your phone to actually use them, so they take a long time to wait, and you may as well just pull out your phone. Once we get watchOS 2, which has native app support, apps would be much better, and then some third-party apps will be good. But if you want third-party apps, Trivia Hack's really good. Twitter is good once you wait a little bit for it to load, and so is Instagram, and those are the top 3 that I am using on my watch right now. The next question comes from Jack Boothlander, and he wants to know what is the best reason not to get the Apple Watch. And I would say the Apple Watch is a first-generation product, so that's going to be the best reason not to get it, because the second generation is going to have a lot of improvements, and it's going to come with watchOS 2, which is a lot better, and like I said before, it has native app support, so it is going to have a lot of large improvements that will make it a lot better than the first-generation product. Just like with any first-generation product, the second generation is always a lot better because they found out what people like and what they don't like, and they improve upon the things that people don't like. And the second generation will probably come out a year from the first generation's release, which is in a few months now, so I would say that's the best reason not to buy it. So the next question comes from DevCanth, and he wants to know, can the Apple Watch compete with many smartwatches in the present market? And he also wants to know how the battery life is on the Apple Watch. So to answer your first question, there isn't a lot of competition for the iOS side of things because there's the Apple Watch and then there's the Pebble Watch, and the Pebble Watch isn't as good for the Apple products because it doesn't get to take full control of the phone, so it can't be as good because it doesn't get all the access that Apple has implemented on the Apple Watch. So I think that in the present market for the iOS side of things, it can definitely compete, and it's the best option right now, as of now, just because Pebble doesn't have as many permissions as the Apple Watch does. But if we're just comparing it not with what phones it works with, but how it actually feels and how it works, then I would say yes, it can compete, even though it's priced a little bit higher. The LG Watch Urbane is priced similarly if we're comparing Sport model to the LG Watch Urbane. So even though it might be priced a little bit higher, I think it still can compete. And to answer your second question about battery life, I would say I get about 1.5 days, which is actually pretty good. It isn't as good as a Pebble Watch, which you get days and days on end, but 1.5 days is pretty good. At night, it doesn't really matter for me because I just put it in the charger and then I get another full day. So 1.5 days is great for me, but it depends on how vigorously you're going to be using the watch. The next question comes from Arthur, and he wants to know, if you get a notification on your watch, will it also vibrate on your phone? And that depends how you get the settings set up, but when I get a notification on my watch, it also comes up on my phone just because of the way I have it set up. It really depends how you set it up. In the Apple Watch app, you could pick if you want it to mirror the notifications when you go and Do Not Disturb and different things like that. So it depends how you have it set up in the watch app, but you can have it set up like that, yes. Blake wants to know if I'm going to be doing an Apple Watch tips and tricks videos, and the answer is yes. I have to prioritize some reviews over that, but it will be coming in the near future. The next question, and I'm sorry if I mispronounced your name, comes from Kerstil, and they want to know when the Apple Watch comes out in all the different countries. So I'm not going to actually name every single country, so I'm just going to say head over to apple.com. They have it all listed there, and you'll be able to see for your specific country. Since you didn't list what country you're from, I'm not going to tell you every single country, so just go on the website and look for your country that you live in. So the next question is also from Jack, and he wants to know which watch I got. And if you saw my unboxing, I'll leave it here and down below if you haven't seen it already. But I got the 42mm pink Apple Watch, and I'm also going to be picking up a lot of third-party bands, and I'm also getting the blue sport band just because I like the way that looks. But that's about it for now. In the next year, I might get just the normal Apple Watch, but I didn't want to break the bank for a first-generation product. I wanted to see if I liked it first, and the sport was a perfect way to try it out without spending too much money on the watch. So D-Tech Studios wants to know if the Apple Watch comes in a black stainless steel model, and it does. It's actually not the space gray model that we saw in the Apple Watch Sport, but it's actually a much darker black, and it is a little bit glossy, so it picks up a lot of fingerprints. I think it's somewhere around $1,000, but I'll put that actual price on the screen right now. And I'll leave a link down below if you want to see the actual price, and if you want to pick one up, you can. So the next question is also from Jack, and he wants to know, what is the best reason to buy the Apple Watch? And I'm going to say, if you want a smartwatch and you have an Apple product, that's the best reason to buy it, because although the Pebble might be priced a little bit cheaper and it might have a little bit of a better battery life, the Apple Watch just works better with the iPhone because Apple has given the Apple Watch more permissions than it gives the Pebble Watch. So it's not Pebble's fault, because Pebble can't really help how much permission Apple gives them to reply to notifications and different things like that. So the Apple Watch might be better for that, just because Apple gives it more permission so it can do more for you. So that's probably the best reason to buy it, because Apple made it, so it's a first-party product, so it's really good if you have an iPhone. So that's going to be the best reason to buy it, in my opinion. So the final question of this video is also from Jack, and he wants to know, what app am I most excited for? So I'm going to change this into what app category I'm most excited for, because I'm most excited for native apps. And in watchOS 2, there will be the ability to get native apps, which means that they'll be on the watch and they won't have to rely on your phone, so they'll be faster, more fluid, and you won't have to wait as long as you do right now, because the apps right now rely on your phone, so you may as well just pull your phone out of your pocket for a lot of the apps. So I'm most excited for native apps, and that will be coming soon. It's in watchOS 2, and I'm definitely really excited for that. That's going to be the end of the video, guys. Thank you guys for watching. If you want to see more Apple Watch coverage, just leave a quick like in this video. It lets me know that you want to see more Apple Watch coverage, and I'll be sure to make it. I'm going to have a review in the next few weeks, but I just want to spend a little bit more time with the Apple Watch and collect all my thoughts before I make the review. And if you guys have any more Apple Watch questions, just leave them down below in a comment, and I'll be sure to respond to you guys. That's going to be it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.